What up? Welcome back to the Film School Diaries Part 6. Alrighty, to kick things off, last week we started a new phase and our last phase of classes. We call them phases, but really they're like quarters, because there are 4 of them, so they're just quarters. They call them phases for some reason. So last week we started that, meaning that we have new classes. The schedule, I don't fully know the schedule yet, and it's not down pat because last week was a bit messed up. This week is a bit messed up, and next week is a bit messed up, so bear with me. That being said, though, last week, Monday, we kicked it off with a class. I don't know the name of it. Just checked our class website. We're using Moodle. I don't know if you know Moodle, but it's kind of like Canva. But we kicked it off with Film Career Preparation was the name of the class, and pretty self-explanatory right there. What we did in class, first thing we did is we made a list of like 25 goals. Not necessarily relevant to film, but just kind of life goals in general. But some of them are film related on that list with other things on it. So then we talked about the goals and like SMART goals. It's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, reachable, SMART. I forget what the R is and the T. Yeah, I forget the rest, but yeah, it's an acronym. So we looked at that and how to apply that to our goals, and then we got a homework assignment to like pick 3 of them and then fill out more information for how we're gonna get to them and how we're gonna like do them, which is a cool exercise because I've done this stuff before in high school and even in middle school too, but a lot of the time when people make a goal or set a goal, like for my other YouTube channel, I'm gonna write a book. Some people like set a goal like that, like I'm gonna write a book, but then just expect to do that. They don't lay out a framework or outline of the steps they're gonna take to get that goal and how to do it, Along with the goals, we also started looking into making resumes. That's going to be a big thing that we're doing this quarter. I think we're spending like 2 to 5 weeks on it, actually. So it's going to be taking up a lot of our time. And once again, ties into class film career preparation. What better way to do that than to make a resume, All in all, should be one of the funner classes. It's taught by my favorite teacher at the school, so yeah. The next day, we had feature and TV screenwriting. What did we do in that class? In class, we learned about, we talked about the 5 students that are writing feature scripts, me being included in that. We talked about those a little bit, and screenwriting in general. We talked about like what we're gonna do in the class, and like screenwriting in general, like how to pitch a script to studios and whatnot, how to get it sold and get it made, that type of thing. We're gonna be talking about big this quarter. Our teacher also kind of like deep dived into the state of studios right now, all the production companies and whatnot, like the major ones like Disney, Paramount, HBO, Warner Bros. Those 2 are merged now. All those other big ones, the ones. We kind of dived into those, and he talked about how streaming is kind of failing. It's not going as big companies expected it to, really. Turns out they are actually losing more money than they're making from it, which I don't know how you would do that, honestly, because I mean, a Disney Plus and HBO and ESPN like bundle subscription is $90, and it doesn't even come with you still get like ads with that too. So I don't know how they're losing money, but they are. So hey, but we kind of talked about how recent movies such as Obsession and Backrooms, how those are kind of like they're not kind of, they are like indie feature movies, and how they just have been like blowing up in the box office, and all the production companies, executives and whatnot have been like looking at that and like, what the hell? He kind of talked about how like they're baffled that people actually want to go to the movie theater to watch movies, instead of streaming. I don't know. I'd rather go to the theater, depending on the day, actually. I don't know. Sometimes that is nicer to just sit on my couch, but whatever. But we also talked about how with those indie features, like Corey Barker, um, the Obsession guy, how he was like found on YouTube, and how these executives are now looking at YouTube or Reddit and like looking for small projects that people are making, and possibly looking into making them, like funding them to make into big movies. So that could be interesting for us. That'd be interesting for a lot of our student short films that we're making. Instead of putting them into festivals, you can just throw it up on YouTube, I guess. But I mean, it's not guaranteed that something will happen if you do, though. Could blow up, it could lead to bigger things, or it could get 3 views. It's hard to tell. But in that class, we also got a little bit of homework. It was to come up with an elevator pitch. Because, yeah, that kind of ties into pitching scripts and stuff like that. So, yeah, it also ties into the other class, film career preparation. So, yeah, as you can tell, all of these classes this quarter are kind of gearing towards preparing us for after we graduate. So, yeah. That class was on Tuesday. Along with that, we also had film business is what the other class was. And I mean, once again, pretty self-explanatory. Kind of is similar to the other class, film career preparation. That teacher, she talked a lot about a lot of stuff. I'll be honest, I don't remember most of it. I do remember that she kind of asked us like what our goals are for the industry, and I think she also talked a little bit about like financing, how to make short films, how to finance them and produce them, and that type of stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's all I gotta say about that one. Then on Wednesday we had one last class. I don't know the name of it, and I don't think it is on our Moodle thing, so I think it was like directing 3.0 or some crap like that. But basically in that class we are taking on a project for these last few weeks, which we have 9 more weeks counting this week, which is crazy to think about. But for these last weeks in that class, we are going to be working on kind of making a short film in that class, like inside class time. We are making something based off of Edgar Allan Poe's A Telltale Heart. So we put together groups, and then we kind of read the original story, and we got to make something based off of that. Me and one of my other friends, who's also writing a feature script, we got elected to write our own, like, 7 to 10 page script for that, which I did not have a lot of time to work on over the weekend because we were making we were doing a thesis shoot for one of my other friends, his thesis project. We were shooting that from Monday's the day. We were shooting that from Friday to just last night, Sunday. By the time I upload this, it won't be Monday, but whatever. We were working on that, though. That, like, took up my whole weekend and kind of fried me. It was a fun shoot, though. Funny script, that's for sure. It should be pretty funny and pretty good. It's kind of got a super bad feel to it, and I'm looking forward to how it turns out. We were outside a lot. It's kind of faded now, but I got some sunburns on my arms. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. But yeah, what are you gonna do? That kind of wraps up this weekly recap. One last thing I forgot to mention. One thing is that now we switched from having class Monday through Thursday to Monday through Wednesday. So we got less classes this quarter, which gives me 2 more free days, which is fun, I think. Not fun, but it gives me more time to work on my thesis project, that script. I gotta do that. Oof. That's, yeah. I've been saying that I just haven't had the time to work on it. I got the time now. Yeah. And one other thing with our film career preparation class, I made a deal with our teacher because our class kind of has an attendance issue. We made a deal, though, that if everyone shows up and is on time 3 weeks in a row, which is just for his class, so that'd be 3 days in a row. Well, like 3 days, 3 weeks in a row, if you follow. If everyone does that, though, then I have to buzz my head in the parking lot. Get a buzz cut. I doubt it will happen. I doubt it. But when he announced that to the class, one of my other friends, he was like, I'll do it too. So now that is on the line. Anyways, that's all I got for this week. Hope you had a good week, and I hope you have another good week this week. And I'll see you next week. Try saying that 5 times fast. You can't. If you like the video, subscribe, like, comment down below your favorite color. Yeah. And I will see you next week. Have a good one.